Yo, what's going on, guys? It is non-reality. In today's video, we are reviewing Underground Gyfin in 2024. Now, this is still one of my favorite spots in the whole game. It's just such a good spot. But we'll get into why that is in a moment. Let's actually talk about how to get here. So this used to be a kind of annoying because they didn't really have any way to track to get here, but super simple now. Just type in Gyfin in the Monster Zone info and click on the Underground section, and you'll end up at this guy. Before you do any grinding, you're going to want to talk to the guy, and he has some daily quests you can grab, which just give you a few extra Caphras. Nothing too crazy, but they do add up if you do them every day. Now, with this spot, you can basically farm anywhere that you see the 3 mobs that you need to kill. So if we go down here, there are these 3 mobs like this that you can kill, and you can do this at any spot in the game. Now, obviously, this spot is super popular, so there's always tons and tons of people here. So the spot that I actually recommend is over here. Now, since my last video got a lot of views, I'm assuming the spot's still like going to be completely packed. So we might have to go back to the Marnie realm for me to actually show you guys. But we might have got lucky. So back here, usually not a lot of people actually know that the spot exists. This is why I like grinding back here. And it's also away from all the other mobs. So if you are a bit on the worse end of a PC, it is a decent spot because you aren't near other mobs and other players killing mobs. So you can just set up your tent here and all that. Now, before we actually get into what we actually have to do for the spot, let's talk about the spot. Now, this spot has always been really decent. Even with it dropping Tungrad accessories, it is still a really solid spot. Now, your main trash loot you're looking at is the Bronze Fragments of Delusions. You're going to be getting a lot of these, and they're going to make up for, I would say, around like 3 to 4 to 500 million of your loot per hour. And then we also have a bunch of other things that sell for a lot, or used to sell for a lot. I'm not sure how they're doing nowadays. They're probably not doing too great because they're just giving out horses like hotcakes nowadays. So these aren't really going to be that great, but you do get a ton of Ancient Spirit Dust along with Caphras Stones, which does make up for a lot of your profit at this spot, which is really nice. You also get some Forest Furies, which are really nice. The Elcar Stones, which you can choose to either make into Elcars or to sell. You'll have to actually look at the price comparison there. Usually I just sell them for 100k. I don't really worry about it. We do get the Crocodile Origin Stones, and yeah, they've dropped a lot. They're 3 mil. They used to be like 15 to 20 mil, so they dropped actually a lot. And then we have the Black Stones, and then we have the Destruction Spirit Stone, Tungrad Necklace, Tungrad Belt, and the Black Spirit Rage Max Increase. Now, this spot is a 290, 380 spot. I would say that this is actually like a good recommendation of where you should be at. You can do it a bit lower, but you're not going to be hitting those like really good efficient numbers because this spot does actually hurt quite a bit. Even if you're dodging all the main skills, you're still going to be getting that chip damage. So you're going to want a little bit more damage and a little bit more tankiness to be here consistently and not really have to worry about it. And even at my gear score, even at having 427 DP, I can still die here from certain abilities. But if you want to know exactly what abilities do what and all that stuff, you can go watch my actual like in-depth guide on Gyfins, which I posted like 6 months ago. It's still accurate and it's still up to date. This is more of just a recap of how I think the spot is in the current time right now. So this spot is still around like a bill an hour, depending on obviously class and efficiency. You could be a little bit over, you could be a little bit under, but around a bill, and obviously depending on how your Tungrads are looking at the point in time. As you saw right now, they're about 40 mil. If they go down, you're going to be making less. If they go up, you're going to be making more. And you can actually get a decent amount of accessories from this spot. I'm talking like anywhere between 2 to 5 accessories an hour, depending on your luck. But to actually fight on this spot, it is super simple. Now for actual like gear and stuff, just make sure you have on any high damage stuff. You're going to want to put on back attack crystals, any sort of a Calphion or Chemisylvia damage. If you don't have that, maybe Death Blow, or like I said, just huge AP and back attack. Obviously look at the, so there was actually a Butcher leftover, so that's actually pretty nice. So make sure you look at the AP chart that they do have now for this stuff. It'll be like right around here. Hopefully I don't die. Right around here, there'll be like an AP chart. So this is like 830 restricted, so make sure you're below 830. So basically for the spot, it is super simple. So you have these 3 people right here. I'm just going to go through this really simply. This one's purple, this one's blue, and this one's red. Basically how this works is when you kill one of the mobs, you're going to start at whichever one you like. I recommend starting at either the purple or the blue one because they have less health, and you're going to kill it. Once you kill it, you're going to get a little buff at the bottom on your bar that has a color, and you're basically just going to go to the mobs that match the color of the buff that you got. So if you got a red buff, you're going to kill the red mob. You get a blue buff, you're going to kill a blue mob. Super simple. And you're just going to keep doing that. Every once in a while, you'll get 2 events. You'll get a Devourer, which is basically just extra like minions will spawn. This will help your trash loot out a ton. So you want to hope to get these as much as you can. And the second event is this butcher right here. This one's pretty simple. It'll just say the butcher spawned. Now this is going to take me a while to kill because I don't have any PvE gear right now. But basically you're just going to kill this butcher. Once you do end up killing the butcher, all 3 of these mobs are going to end up spawning. And once these mobs end up spawning, there's a certain order you're going to want to do it in, or at least to start off, you're going to want to start off at the purple guy, because if the purple guy casts his large AoE, there's a huge chance you're going to end up dying, or you're going to have to wait for the purple AoE to run out. It's just going to waste time on getting trash loot and whatnot. So when we actually do manage to kill this dude, we're going to instantly run over to the purple dude and kill him as soon as possible. As you can see, I do a lot more damage because I killed the butcher. And then from there, you can just use your AoEs on the rest of the mobs. And it is pretty simple from there. And then you're just going to end up getting this buff that is a star buff. Instead of red, blue, and purple, it's going to be a star buff. And from here, you can kind of do some cool things that, like I said, I don't really want to talk about in depth, but basically you can like pull the mob over to the other side and kill it over here, and you won't get a buff and you'll just get the star buff again. Like I said, if you want to know more about that, please watch my other guide on the Gyfin that will link in the description. As you can see here, I'm killing it and I still, oh, didn't kill it. It didn't come over here. If you do it too fast, it doesn't come over. It likes being a butt sometimes. As you can see, it does that ability that if you run too far away, it doesn't like following you. But like I said, just covering this real quick. So like this is one of those abilities that could kill you. It does a lot of damage. I managed to kill him before he'd go off. But as you can see, I didn't get the new buff because I was too far away from the actual spawn point of the last boss. So I still have that star buff, and I can kill this insanely fast. It is really good for upgrading your trash loot quite a lot at the spot. But yeah. So basically, that's basically it for this spot. Like I said, this is still a really decent spot. If you're like one of those players that you don't really like hardcore grinds, and you don't really, you don't really want to go push yourself to do like the robots, you don't want to like go farm a specific thing like a cup or something like that. You just want to make a nice amount of silver, and you just want to chill and relax. This is definitely a spot for you, and it still does hold up to this day. It isn't a bad spot. So yes, I would recommend this spot in 2024. If you did like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.